it's going to be muy caliente today. Good morning. Just leaving the gym. I didn't film walking. Marcia and I walked together this morning. I did a heavy lift. It's been several days since I've been inside the gym. Just been on kind of a running kick. And had to re-up the membership. They actually don't have a rolling continuous membership. You do it every month. So Marshall came with me and helped me with that. Very thankful to him for doing that. And then he went off on a run himself, and I did my lifting. I want to talk about something today. I don't know what happened. I got inside, started listening to my music, getting into the groove. And Country Roads, of all songs, by John Denver came on. And man, I tell you what, and this is the first day that this has happened to me, but it came on, and I had this overwhelming, emotional homesickness just take me this morning. And it has continued through the entire workout. And that's not really happened this whole time that Julie and I have been here. But for some reason, today, that song came on, and then it continued with the songs it was picking on YouTube Music. And I just got so homesick. I don't even know what I was homesick for. I don't know if it was North Carolina. I don't know if it was Kentucky. I don't know if it was just the Appalachian Mountains. I don't know if it was, we haven't had a fall in it'll be 4 years. It'll be the 4 falls this coming fall. I don't know what it was, but it just came over me the whole workout. It didn't hurt my workout. I still performed well, but it was just this overwhelming sense of wanting to go home. And I don't even know what home means. I grew up at the base of the plateau of the Cumberland Mountains in eastern Kentucky. And the only other place that has felt like home was when I moved to Charlotte. That's probably has Julie, to do with that. But I'm going to go on a rant here for a little bit. That's one of those places in poor rural Kentucky where you have, I would argue, the most overwhelming sense of a love-hate relationship, because you want this dogged determination to get out as soon as you can. I had both of my grandfathers die of complications from black lung working in a coal mine their entire lives. And there's a saying, it says, I'm not afraid of heights, snakes, or red-headed women, but I am afraid of the coal mine. And that was one thing I was not going to do. And so you get into this area, you grow up in this area, and this area is weird. It has this Gentile self-importance you grow up with. But you want to get out as soon as possible because of the surroundings that you're in, because of what you see and what you are exposed to every day. And you look around you and you think, how do I get out of this place? How do I make it make sense? Because everyone around you is being fueled with this fat and artificial based bulk food. And so you see what other people are doing to make it day by day. And you have this innate sense of, I need to run from this place to do better, to have more or different, and to get out so that you don't become this never-ending cycle and circle of poverty and lack of opportunity and being exposed to things like the opioid epidemic. And then you leave. And there are just times where you get this feeling almost like something primordial that is calling you home. But I can't identify what that is. I went across the street here. I'm almost finished with my rant, I promise. But today was one of those days. And I don't know what it was. I don't know how to identify it, but you fight with yourself about going back there to an area like that. Both good and bad. So anyway, I think it was the Kentucky governor, Happy Chandler, who said, "I've never met a Kentuckian who wasn't trying to go home." And I kind of felt that today, for whatever reason. So, anyway, that's my rants for this morning. I apologize. I'll step off the proverbial soapbox now. Go back, get showered up, see what we get into today. And please don't get me wrong, I am loving it down here. Absolutely loving it. We are having the time of our lives. But this morning, for whatever reason, was just hit different. I don't know why. But it's okay. I know and excited that we are headed back for a fall in the mountains. We may take a trip to Kentucky, even if it's with Marshall and Mary, to go to Red River Gorge. We love climbing outdoors there, so that would be neat as well. But more on that later. We still have, what do we have here? 6 more weeks, I think. But yeah, not a tough morning. Please don't get me wrong. It wasn't sad. It's more nostalgic. It's more remembrance. But yeah, okay, I'm done with that. Let's get back, get showered up. I think this has been long enough talking about that. I'll be back with you guys in just a bit. One last thing, just so you know, I'm Irish, so I cry like the top of a hat. I don't know why or where that comes from, but it does. So I have no idea why I got emotional today, but anyway, it happened. We move on.
Oh, she wants him to throw it so bad, but she doesn't want to give it up. Little Boo, give her some. Just a little bite. Just a little bite of it. I just realized I haven't put my face on camera yet. I probably need to do that. It is noon and we are going to get our UV for the day. It is 90 degrees. Look at this beautiful sky. 90 degrees feels like 100 degrees and the UV is 7. Just for the record, all morning I've been texting Abra's babysitter in Florida. It is 88 in Florida, feels like 96, UV is 6. So ever so slightly hotter here, but also feels like 100 there. Wonderful.
Another poolside chat.
Pardon my sunscreen, my sunglasses, and my sun hat. I just realized I haven't put my face on camera today. I've been busy working. There's so much footage from this weekend to go through. We had such a good time in San Andres.
All of our phones had it. Our GoPro had it. We had so much. Julie, it's taken Julie some days just
I know.
to get
I'm trying to get everyone.
out.
Everyone was helping me film, and so it's on multiple cameras and phones.
Still waiting on our guides, snorkel and scuba, to send that data. But otherwise,
Mr. Pablo was our snorkel guide. He hasn't sent us his footage yet. And Mr. Adolfo.
Oh no!
Excuse us. Mr. Adolfo hasn't sent us anything either, so they will. Mari texted them this morning, and they said that they've just been busy with guiding other people, and that whenever they have a chance to rip all the footage off, they will. So I'll be getting all of that soon. But I was pretty much caught up until the day we left for San Andres, but then I've been working on yesterday's vlog because that was a big, crazy, weird day going to Cartagena. And
I want to see that because I don't even know what all that you got into or didn't get into.
It was a long day. It
Yeah,
was a fun day. It was a lot of sitting though. The car ride each way was 2 hours. Plus, there were a lot of times Mari parked places we weren't supposed to park, so I had to stay in the car so they wouldn't tow it.
I had to watch.
So I did a lot of sitting yesterday, and believe it or not, that wore me out. I was
I totally believe
so
it.
wiped out by the time we got back home. Michael wanted to hop on here though and talk about that pizza we had last night, which I'm hoping to goodness I took a picture or a video of it. I don't remember.
It was random thoughts, I know. We walked into a restaurant that reminded us straight up of Pizza Hut in the 1990s.
It looked more like a vintage Pizza Hut than any other type of Pizza Hut.
It did.
It was actually called Pizza Hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Very large menu. It kind of scans Mexican, hamburgers, wings, and traditional, I guess you would say, American bar food, as well as pizzas. And Julie had her mindset on pizza, and I said, let's go for it.
We haven't had pizza since we got down here.
I know.
I really wanted to try a good old Colombian pizza.
And they had a very large pizza oven in the back because we sat right beside where the pizzas came out. And so we got a large, and I would say that added up to a traditional large in the U.S., somewhere between 16 and 18 inches. Pepperoni and pineapple. Only half pepperoni. Jules doesn't really do pepperoni. No red sauce. We found a garlic sauce, which was good. Caramelized. They caramelized the pineapples. I thought that was different. It gave it more of a savory taste. Otherwise, I don't mind the sweet on a traditional, what we get in the U.S., but it was nice to have a different, it worked. It worked really well with the garlic. What else? The crust, you could tell it was completely homemade. I had no upset stomach outside of, what I'm dealing with this rash or whatever that's going on, which I think I've diagnosed myself, but either way, it's self-limiting, and hydrocortisone is about all you can do for it, so I'm just waiting for that to run its course. But $16, that was with a 20-ounce water for Jules and a 20-ounce sparkling water for me, which love down here. Exactly the same price. I have also found that in Europe. So it's kind of irksome that the U.S. has a markup on sparkling water. But it was $16 and some cents by the time we finished, which is astounding to Jules and I because we've been to shops all over and have paid twice or close to 3 times that for the exact same pizza and toppings. So yes, I wanted to hop on and I just randomly asked Jules, what was your rating? We've been working all morning. This is our first break, our first real kind of conversations that we've had to talk about today. So what do you think?
The pizza was very good.
Good, not great.
It was not great. I wouldn't say it was bad. It was just so completely different from a U.S. pizza. I did really like the crust. I just don't actually eat the crust. I eat the part underneath the toppings, of course, but I don't eat the part that goes around. I took a bite of it just to see. I didn't love it. They caramelized the pineapple, which I liked on my first slice, but then I had the rest of my slices, and the more I ate of it, the less I liked it.
Oh no, really?
Because it was so candied. I do like my pineapple to have a sweet taste, but I don't like them to have like a candied, sugary, over-the-top sweet taste. Just the fruit alone is enough pop of sweet on my pizza. I did really like the garlic sauce that they made it with, and the cheese was good. There was not enough cheese, but I will
Agreed.
accept responsibility for that, because I always forget that I'm going to be the person who has to ask for extra cheese. Always. There's never enough cheese on my pizzas.
Agreed.
But I would say it was a novelty at first, the caramelized pineapple, but I got tired of that really quick and did not care for it.
I know you like to kind of salt your pineapple.
Yeah.
It gives it a sweet and
there was
salty
no
taste.
there was no fixing this. It was almost like the kind of sugary that like hurts your teeth. Like it was very.
I mean,
sugary.
you're right. They basically put it on a pan and kind of brought
So
those sugars
no,
out.
I didn't love it.
Okay.
I would say it was fun to try it for a new experience.
Agreed.
And I had a really good time hanging out with the four
And
of
a
us.
really good price point.
Really good price point, and the nostalgia factor, they have gone all out to try to look like an old Pizza Hut. I really don't think I filmed inside there much because I'm not remembering doing that, but there were a lot of kids. I just didn't want to bother people who were eating. But the retro vibes alone for me were worth it, just to go back and feel like they tried so hard to make it look like a 90s
Tell them the
Pizza
cups
Hut.
they brought us. After Colombia passed a law that you have to have strict regulations about what is put in plastic, just a couple of days ago it went into
Well,
effect.
it's single-use plastic that's
Single-use
been outlawed,
plastic,
yeah.
right. But tell them what kind of cups.
I don't remember the cup.
They were paper dipped in wax, like the
Oh,
old,
yeah.
when we got as kids, to rinse our mouths out by the sink after brushing our teeth. They were little 10-ounce cups. For me, agreed with everything you said. I have to take the nostalgia out of it because Marshall and Mary got a traditional pizza that my parents used to get years ago, pepperoni or sausage, green pepper and onion, and it's straight.
Did all 90s
up.
parents order that same
I think
pizza?
so. It must have been something new at the time, and it was all in style or
Green
whatever.
pepper and onions. Oof.
Straight up tasted like 1992 Pizza Hut. Like straight up tasted like it. 6.2. Just kind of
6.2?
off the cuff.
What do you
Out
mean
of 10.
6.2? I was going to give it a 7, but I think
Well, okay.
that's being generous. I would a 6.5 for me.
Okay.
I'm not saying it was bad. It was just so completely unlike any pizza I'd had before, and I probably would not be ordering pineapple if that's how I'm used to pineapple coming. I don't care for them to be caramelized and sugared down. But we are like extreme pizza critics anyway, and I think a lot of the places we love the pizza might not necessarily be everybody's cup of tea.
You wait. When we go back to Charlotte,
We're going to take this vlog to our... We need to do a series of showing all of our favorite pizza places in Charlotte and why, because there is some awesome...
Because Julie does not
pizza.
just eat pizza. She does not eat bad
No.
pizza. I will eat pizza probably off of the ground.
I did, okay,
But-
I did go through a Pizza Hut thin and crispy phase a couple years
It
ago.
was good.
Yeah, I love a crispy thin pizza, but for the most part, I like a New York style pizza, and this was kind of that with the way the
It was
crust.
kind of that.
Kind of that, yeah. But I'm just super duper picky about my toppings, and I feel like we should show
But in
everybody.
Charlotte,
I know.
there were at least 3. Jules took me to one when we first started dating, and I wouldn't go to anymore because it had reached the pinnacle, and now there's even bigger.
When we first started
higher.
dating, and he was obsessed with pizza. I'm not obsessed with pizza. I decided to take him to my 3 favorite pizza places in the bottom order, like my least most favorite, my middle favorite, and my absolute favorite place. Well, the bottom favorite was the one we went to first, and he loved it so much for years. He wouldn't let me go anywhere else.
They homemade their ranch.
Yeah.
Years.
But anyway,
Anyway,
we're kind of pizza. I would say we're a little bit of pizza snobs, but I had a really good time because I love the vibe of that place. It was Pizza Hot.
it was.
Pizza HOT was the
And
name.
Marshall and Mary said the Mexican food they enjoyed as well.
Yeah.
We didn't order anything else.
It was a
but the
big
pizza.
menu. They compared it to like a cheesecake factory of Colombia because there's every page had full pictures of what the item was, and there was all different kinds of food. Anybody could have found something that they liked there.
Apparently, it's older than Mari, so it's a very well established restaurant in the city, and very well known.
So there's our little
Hot
pizza
take.
review. Hot take.
I told Jules to pull the camera up. We do a little poolside chat on the hot take. First
Yeah.
pizza in Colombia.
I'm alive and well. It's not going to be a particularly interesting day. Today is a day that our maid is here, and she's doing all of our laundry currently. She's fixing something for us for lunch right now, but
It smelled great when we left.
Yeah,
It smelled
I had
garlic.
4. I didn't know she was coming today, so I went ahead and ate breakfast, and now I'm not super hungry. I had 4 scrambled eggs with no cheese. I'm sure the world is just hanging off.
No cheese.
What did I have for breakfast? we desperately needed laundry done after the weekend.
Yeah.
Because everything gets, just soiled from traveling.
Sandy and salty and
We had a really, really
wet.
good weekend in San Andres.
Amazing.
It feels like so long ago because of the Cartagena day that came right on the heels of it. I am really needing a visit to the chiropractor.
Same.
We were supposed to go on Monday, but the opportunity to go to Cartagena presented itself, so I rescheduled. We'll be there tomorrow. 10:10. They rescheduled our appointment for 10:10 in the morning. So weird. So random. They always schedule for like a random time, but
We might try to see if we can scoot in twice this week. He had said last week we might not have to do that, but Jules and I are kind of, when you do a plane ride on top of having a scuba tank on your back.
yeah, I'm kind of in rough shape because I
Yeah.
put the weight belt on and it just sagged and it sat on my pelvic bone.
Yeah.
And then once I put the BCD and the gigantic tank, the heavy tank on, we did take it all off and try to fix the weight belt, but it had kind of crushed the belt, and now I'm having like super duper low back pain. One of the reasons I haven't been on camera this morning is because I have not felt the greatest.
Yeah.
I did not do my yoga and stretches, and I know full well that I should have done them, but I was so anxious to start in editing these videos because I don't want to get behind again. I was so proud of myself for having got caught up. I just got pardon us again, got up, took the dog for as long of a walk as she wanted, and then I flew in working, and I kept telling myself, I need to stop and stretch, I need to stop in yoga, and I still do. Maybe I will. If I do, you'll know about it in the vlog, I'm sure. But I just flew in working, don't want to get behind again. It's aggravating to get behind. And now I'm like, whew, that chiropractor appointment cannot come fast enough.
Agreed, yeah.
Tomorrow. I think we've got everybody caught up to speed.
I think so.
Let me stop this clip and start a new one. Hang on. We haven't made any concrete plans about when to go back to the U.S. or where to go. But I did want to talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
I don't want to give away all the details, but we are leaning towards going back towards North Carolina, at least at first, for a family visit. We don't know how long we'll be there, though.
Once you put in this morning's video of me walking back from the gym, it'll make sense to them. You've not watched it
no,
yet.
I haven't watched your video. It's been on my mind a lot lately. We do have some situations that we haven't talked about on camera going on back home. A lot of rearranging of family dynamics and family situations going on.
Yeah. On top of our own.
On top of our own. On top of, we're looking at scheduling a certain, a consultation for me. And just a lot of things, moving parts behind the scenes are making it very difficult for us to actually make concrete plans moving forward. Where to live, when to go home, where to go when we go home.
Yeah.
We have all of our belongings in Florida. We have our vehicle and my family in North Carolina. Michael's mom is in Kentucky. There's a lot of moving parts here, and a lot of people who are looking to make changes in their life, in addition to us not sure what we are going to be doing with our life. So we haven't really got a plan when to go home or where to go when we get there. So I'm not sure what you said in your video on when
I was telling them that today was the first day of being down here that I got, for whatever reason, absolutely homesick.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely
Me too.
homesick.
Me too.
Today was the first day, and like Jules said, off camera, we've dealt with a lot of phone calls the last couple of weeks and a lot of different issues, and it wasn't necessarily that, but there was a song that came on my YouTube music, and it was like, oh my God,
What song?
it's going to be ridiculous. John Denver's Country Roads, and I hate West Virginia, and I told him that. I don't know what it was, but I kept thinking, as I was listening to the words, I'm like, it's just 4 falls that we've not been, had the opportunity to spend. And I just say Appalachia because I included North Carolina and Kentucky, where I grew up on that side of the state. And I don't know why.
I don't think it's been 4 because we were home.
I mean, this would be the 4th, right?
This will be the 3rd.
This would be the 3rd.
This would be the 3rd.
I'm
If
sorry.
we don't make it home by the fall, this will be the 3rd, yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was the 4th. Okay. But that is something that Julie and I both thrive in. It's my absolute favorite season. And I told him on the vlog that North Carolina was the only other place I'd ever considered home, probably because of you and meeting you there. But yeah, I was just getting, I don't know what it was today, but I was just getting just homesick. And I had not done that at all. Hadn't really thought about that at all the whole time we've been down here. And of course it passed, we're having awesome, amazing time here. But yeah, I think as far as future travel, future travel is concerned.
I'm not so much homesick as I am excited because we don't have a definite plan.
Yeah.
And we're trying to weigh all of our options and come up with all of our alternatives. And that's exciting for me. I can't wait. But I am missing my family a little bit. We've got lots going on with my family, and I am very excited to see them again, anxious to see them again. They're all a bit worried about me too with my mouth, and of course there isn't anything we can do about that right now. Anyway, it probably looks like we're being totally irresponsible and not addressing it, but
no, we've had 3 doctors, 4 now.
We're gonna tell that whole story in another video, but we have been talking to yet another doctor, but that will be the 4th opinion, and they have all stressed home to me the fact that there isn't anything I can do until this surgery that I had in February totally heals. It needs to be a minimum 6 months, at least. It would be better if we could wait 8 months before we do anything to it. So we'll be closing in on that bench press mark in a few more months, I guess. So another month, 2 months. I don't know. I have to do the math. It was leap year day, whatever. That's not the point.
Again,
that's another thing that's kind of got me anxious because I know that we can't do anything from here, and I can't do anything if I were to go back now anyway. So there's so many moving parts in our life. We don't really know.
Yeah.
We don't know what the future holds, and sometimes that's exciting, and sometimes it's like super scary.
And there are parts of it that are exciting, and there are parts of it that are very scary. And it's so funny because I feel like when we were in Florida, it was, kind of everybody going about your daily life. I think it's kind of seen like that because when you're inside the United States, everybody just assumes you're not very far away, whatever that distance might be. And so that was one of the reasons why we left Florida was the lack of feeling family and friends and network. And we leave the country, and I think it's almost went the opposite direction the last 6 weeks. We've had more talks with our family, felt more supported, and had more of our inner circle come back to what Julie and I were used to when we were living in North Carolina. And so, like she said, I agree. I think there's a piece of it that is exciting to go back and kind of see where we go from here. If we can just get a few loose ends tied up prior to leaving, and that's really all that we need to kind of give us a little bit of direction. Right now, we're just kind of letting the universe kind of direct us for the next couple of weeks to see where we end up and what we end up doing.
We have no idea. Florida is kind of home. We are enjoying living in Florida. North Carolina feels like home to both of us.
Yeah.
We also feel at home, not feeling like we have
any
roots or responsibilities. Yeah. Like, this has been great because this feels like home too. There's been a language barrier and a cultural barrier, and a lot of things have been difficult, and I've enjoyed every minute of having to navigate through that. And I like the challenge, and I would love to do it again somewhere else. So,
and I do think maybe ultimately that's something that we will look at is there a hybrid model, so to speak, where we could have a little bit of all of it. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I say the next couple of weeks are kind of crucial for us to see what pieces get put where, and realistically what it might look like this coming fall and going into 2025.
Yeah. We don't have a plan. We wanted to update you, but we don't have a plan. So,
So when we do,
when we have our little lunch break laying out at the pool, this is something we talk about every day. And almost every day we come up with a new plan. Like, oh, this is what we should do. Oh, here's a better idea though. And then sometimes Marshall comes out to get some sun with us, and then we throw in all kinds of new ideas. So unsure, unclear, but all we do know is that we are enjoying it. Our daily blogging life, and I would like to continue to be daily content creators. I do not think that every day of my life is worth vlogging, like this particular day, for instance. Absolutely nothing of interest or value is going to happen today, but because we're in a new country and things are different, I just want to keep the consistency of vlogging every single day. don't think I'll do that when we get back to the U.S. I have no intentions of vlogging daily life in the U.S., but I am liking the daily content creation. Having a video to come out every day and surprise people with random things from time to time. So
I want to say, I don't think, please don't think that it's a feeling of instability. It's not that.
No, not
we
that at
know
all.
how privileged and lucky we are to even get to play with this.
Oh, I hope no one thought we were complaining. This was never as supposed to be a complaint.
No, I know that. I'm just, it's exciting, and I think it's something that we want to continue to try to repeat. And so when we say it's kind of tough to get the pieces to fit, that's what we're trying to do, is take multiple aspects of our life and our ages of our family members and our friends and everything we like to do, and try to see where and how that's going to work moving forward, because this was something that we never, I don't think I ever realized that we would even get the opportunity to do in the first place. And so now that we've kind of got the taste in our mouth.
Right before we turned the camera on, we were saying, why don't we do Guatemala next?
Yeah, we did.
So
We did, yeah.
I don't know. We don't have a plan. We don't.
And my personality over here has had to get used to that. I've had to change, because that was not me at all. I had to have everything planned out. And so I have decided to kind of, since we're in the water, wade out in the water here and see where the wind blows, so to speak, and to be relaxed and to to allow, ourselves to be put into the right place without having to, force kind of a round peg into a square hole type of a thing.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like if we just go with the flow, we're going to
That's
be in
what
the right place
exactly.
at all times.
Exactly. I feel that too. It's been really refreshing down here to kind of have some perspective and spend weekends with no cell phones, and to spend days without having to be online any more than absolutely necessary for work, and just letting things happen and having to deal with new situations that you just simply don't in the U.S. because it's convenient, because it's so easy, because it's not even a thing in the U.S. anymore. And so while that does come with, I won't say challenges necessarily, but it can get aggravating a little bit sometimes. It's also been a really nice reset, I think, and a nice change to at least allow us to maybe appreciate it more going back into the U.S. or to do things differently when we go back into the U.S. And so I think that's been really good.
Yeah.
I'll stop boring you now.
We're just rambling, but we had to have something, some kind of content to put out today, because it's already nearly 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I have filmed 30 seconds of our dog eating grass. That's been about all I've filmed.
I think I had 6 or 7 minutes from the gym.
I can't see the phone with the sun glare.
I hope it's recording.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's recording, but let's just cheese for like 3 seconds so we can get a thumbnail out of this, okay? Ew.
Did you see his little antenna move from the door?
I think that was just the wind. I think he is definitely dead.
No, I mean, yeah, the wind. Yeah.
You got to remind me not to get in that elevator again. Oh boy, I am so hungry and so excited. I know it looks like we eat this every day the maid comes, but it's because we love it so much. It's just beef. I'm probably going to pick these carrots out and let Marshall and Michael have them. And also patacones, some beans, avocado, and rice. We're out for Abra's evening stroll. I haven't really vlogged much today other than picking up the camera anytime she was cute. There isn't a whole lot to say every day of the week, and this is just a random Tuesday. Nothing exciting going on. But I thought I'd check in and say hey.
Yeah, it's 6:30, so it's a little bit later than we typically do. But it was so hot today, we wanted it to cool down before we took it for a
This was a hot one. Normally I love the heat, but this one was just a little bit intense.
Yeah, today
there was not really any breeze, and the sun was just baking all day. So
Yeah.
this one was, I don't know what's going on with the lights here. I've cleaned the lens up, but yeah, it was a pretty hot one. I like the heat, I really do. I like the fresh air, but there's only been 2, maybe 3 days since we moved to Barranquilla where I was like, oh, this is some tough heat. And today was one of those ones.
Yeah, today was one of those days.
Going out to the pool really helps a lot
It
to
does.
break it up. And one thing I like about down here is the water in the showers. It's not cold water, it's just water that doesn't have a water heater. So it's anywhere between lukewarm.
you say, in the
Sometimes it's
70s?
almost balmy warm because I guess the tank has been sitting out
I've
in the
never
sun.
felt that.
I have if I take a shower at the right time. It's usually like late afternoon. But it's usually kind of a brisk, cool, and it feels awesome after a day like today.
Good.
I'm really enjoying the cold showers. They're definitely not ice sponges, but the cool showers have been feeling great. So there's my check-in. I'm afraid this vlog is probably not everyone's cup of tea, but
We're just
had a good
vlogging our
time.
life down
Had
here.
a good time editing. I just now got all the GoPro footage back from the scuba instructor and the guy, Mr. Pablo, who took us on our snorkel adventure from last weekend. So I have all that footage. I haven't looked at it yet. I cannot wait to see what it looks like. I can't wait to see somebody who's actually good at filming underwater. Michael and I love using the GoPro to film underwater, but it always comes out kind of shaky and audio, whatnot. Yeah. Yeah, because we're excited. We're moving around constantly. I'm sure their footage is... Mari told me their footage is going to be a little bit more stable and we'll really like it. So. Plus, they possibly even edit it. I think Mr. Pablo is even going to edit before he's whatever he sent over. So. All right, let's wrap this walk up, shall we? It's only 6:48 in the summertime, but the sun has gone down. From up on our balcony on the 13th floor, we still have lots of light. I thought we were walking Abra in like the last of the daylight, but it's actually, this camera plays tricks. It's a lot darker than it looks like it is in this video. But anyway, it's 6:48, and I just think it's so weird. I really haven't gotten used to that yet. In my mind, all of my lifetime, summer has been late, like 10 o'clock at night or so. We still have enough visibility to drive or see outdoors, and it's already... this camera really does play tricks because it's nowhere near that light in real time.
No, it's not at all.
Not at all.